Please help support the channel by visiting our Amazon store, affiliate link below. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and Burning Man is something I have no desire to ever go to. Some of the more liberal festivals outside of San Francisco and that whole region, not for me. And I'm okay with that. And I think they're okay with that. But I always find it funny when they try to bring that type of rhetoric into the real world, which is precisely what happened when there was a group trying to bring a 45-foot tall statue of a naked woman to the National Mall in Washington, D.C. for a protest called Catharsis on the Wall, which essentially, well, we'll get into what it all is, but let's first take a look at what the statue is. So this is the statue right here. This is Revolution, or R-Evolution, or Revolution, however you want to spell it, R-Evolution. That's what this statue is called, this 45-foot tall statue. This is not an artist rendering, by the way. This is the legit statue that appeared at Burning Man in at least 2015. And the group behind it wanted to get it into the National Mall in order to stay there as part of a protest for quite some time. But that won't be happening as their permit's been denied. Saying here that the National Park Service denied a permit for a 45-foot tall naked woman statue on the National Mall on Thursday. I never thought this would actually come to fruition. I heard about this story a couple weeks ago. I thought it was just ridiculous, and I never covered it. But to give you an idea of like what it might look like, it's something similar to this. This is what they were intending. I mean, clearly this is a photo of her at Burning Man, and someone just they just imposed the Washington Monument there. So it was almost like a naked woman looking at a gigantic boner. That's just basically what I took from that. But it says here, Catharsis on the Mall is a healing vigil meant to take place from November 10th through November 12th, requested to place the statue on the National Mall until March 7th. The statue, meant to promote women's equality, would have faced the White House. So it's one of those anti-Trump, protests to strike down the patriarchy, so on and so forth. And the National Park Service was all like, no, not gonna happen. Saying here in a statement, it was determined that some proposed structures would be inconsistent with established resource protection guidelines and the public's use and enjoyment of the National Mall. Basically trying to say nobody wants to see a 45-foot tall statue of a naked woman on the National Mall facing the White House from November until March. Nobody wants to see that, and now they're not going to. According to the statement, both the statue and the Memorial Temple were denied permits as they would likely damage the mall's turf and soil, requiring replacement. In addition to that, the NPS said there's a 5-day time restriction on temporary structures as set forth by the National Mall Turf Management Guidelines. The statue was originally proposed to remain for 119 days, while the temple was proposed to remain for 91 days. So they just said, no, screw this noise, we're not doing it. Because there is a 5-day limit on being able to have something up there, and they're like, we want this up there for just around 4 months, almost, just right there under 4 months. We want this out there facing, and yeah, I mean, if there's a 5-day limit, the National Park Service is not going to sit there and grant them a permit for 119 days. Literally like 24 times more than what they normally allow. So it makes sense as to why they killed it. The statement also said that the statue itself would distract from the mall's significant historic features. Yeah, I agree. But a permit was granted for more than 30 other temporary structures during the event. So they're not against the event taking place. And I don't think they would be, considering the fact that the event is on like its 3rd year. It started in 2015, and it's moving its way to now. And if you look here at their About page, you can see that Catharsis on the Mall was initiated and originally organized by a group of individuals in Washington, D.C., acting in accordance with the Burning Man's 10 principles. We are not formally affiliated with Burning Man, although many of our contributors identify with the Burning Man community at large. We sought a local experience that integrated the best of our burner values with the immediate desire for political and cultural change that brings people to DC. I have to kind of just laugh at that for a second, that they call themselves burners. Usually that's not a term you want to refer to yourself as, but maybe they are in fact trying to take it back. And the article finishes up here with the much buzzed about statue called Our Evolution, first debuted during the 2015 Burning Man Festival in the Nevada desert. The artist Marco Cochran created to combat a culture that dehumanizes women. Have you ever seen photos come out of Burning Man? What people wear and how they... I don't know if that's really the best place to say that it's like, a way to combat dehumanizing people. In order to safely transport and assemble the massive structure, the event organizers started a crowdfunding for the necessary $90,000. As of Thursday, they've met 73% of their goal. So yeah, people are definitely giving money to this thing for them to come in and set it up, even though they've been denied the permit. I don't know why they would want it for $100. I mean, I get it. You're raising $90,000. You'd want it to be up there for longer than 5 days, but you have to also look at the battles you might be able to win and the ones you might not win. And this is one of those situations where you can clearly see that they're not going to win. This 45-foot tall naked statue of a woman I'm not against it at all, period. It's an art piece. It's an artistic expression. We have the right of that in this country. The National Park Service apparently is not being discriminatory. However, I do somewhat feel we're going to see a bit of that from some articles, people being upset at them saying they're just hating on us because we're anti-Trump. But no, if you think about it, it's their third year. They've granted permits to 30 other structures. So it's not like it's nothing. It's not like it's nothing there at all. It's not like they've never worked with them before. They are talking about destroying the turf and soil for having this 45-foot statue erected for 119 days. And that is a reason there, as well as the time limit for having those kind of events up there. So you can see that this is clearly a policy issue and not a political issue. I really do hope that people that are mad about this not taking place look at it from that perspective, that, that they've not denied Catharsis on the Wall their permits for the last couple of years. This is our first year with Trump being in office, so this isn't like an anti-Trump thing, or an anti-protester thing or whatever. And yeah, I hope that they're able to have their event and it goes off without a hitch. I just happen to find it funny that we won't be seeing a tall, naked 45-foot woman statue. However, I'm pretty sure that they might be able to find some other local business that has a vacant parking lot in Washington, D.C. I can't even say that with a straight face. You're not going to find that. But find some place nearby that someone might let them, erect said statue for 45 days in order to hold their art installation. I mean, all things considered, if you're really looking for somebody out there who you're going to want to talk to about this, about getting an art installation off the ground, Shia LaBeouf is currently in between projects at the moment, and he's dealing with some flag issues in France, but I'm pretty sure that will be cleared up pretty quick. Hey guys, that wraps up this video. If you'd like to leave a comment, please do so below. I love to read your guys' input. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to support the channel, there's the Amazon affiliate store, there's PayPal, there's Patreon, there's Bitcoin. And if you're bored and you want something else to watch, check out 3 Buck Theater up here. My name is Matt Jarbo. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a wonderful day. Peace out.